Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Hello and welcome to Fresh Take from What Fresh Hell, laughing in the face of motherhood. I am here today with the Dumb Dads. Evan Kyle Berger and Kevin LaFerrier are stay-at-home dad comedians who've been featured on Momsplaining with Kristen Bell, Ellen, I don't know if you've heard of her, Today, Good Morning America. For their social media sketch comedy. In addition to their own social pages, they make content for Bubble, a channel on EllenTube. Welcome, Dumb Dads.
Hi, thank you very much.
Thank you for having us. Hello.
Do you go by Dumb Dads, or are you just the Dumb Dad and the other Dumb Dad?
Well, we like to think the dumb is silent.
I like it.
But it often is deafening or raises its hand high in the air.
If you all in our audience think you don't know the Dumb Dads, you do know the Dumb Dads, because among their other hilarious content, they are the dudes who do the Sports Center post press conference where they recap. We see a lot of content as mom podcasters.
Sure.
And I will tell you, I have never in my life forwarded a piece of mom or dad related content to anyone in my life until I saw the Sports Center thing. And it is legit the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's the delivery. And then what I love, I've watched them again and again. The props that are next to the microphone are so clutch. So where did this come from? How did you become the Dumb Dads?
So we started out, first we just started out with the podcast, the Dumb Dad podcast. I already had my oldest and my son was about to be born, and my wife came up with the idea, you guys should do a podcast. And I was like, okay.
Wives are extremely smart. That's going to be one takeaway from this episode.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. Well, I mean, both of our wives listen to these parenting podcasts. We were not listening to parenting podcasts.
Terrible.
But they were like, there's so many mom parenting podcasts out there. There are no dad podcasts.
And let's just be clear that we're not at What Fresh Hell. We're not against mom podcasts. That's not a stance we're willing to take at this juncture.
It was so clear that there were so many, and our wives were like, there's no dad podcasts, really. And even if there are, they posted 4 episodes 2 years ago, that kind of thing.
And then they're like, no, never mind. We don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
There was one podcast, we won't say the name because it's just a funny observation. We had this is a parenting, so we wanted an idea for a podcast. So we listened to this first one. In the first episode, the dad is like, I don't even know what I'm doing. It probably won't even be a dad podcast. Probably just talking about sports and stuff. And I was like, what is happening?
I'm not going to lie. As a podcaster, I have many people who come to me and they're like, hey, can I pick your brain about how to start a podcast? And I have legit started saying to people, you're not going to do a podcast. Can I just tell you that and save us both a lot of time? Because no one actually wants to do a podcast. They want to think about doing a podcast, but doing a podcast, legit kind of hard, as it turns out.
Once the standard is set, then you realize, oh man, I have to you want to kind of meet that standard or come as close to it as possible.
Yeah.
You got to post all the time. You have to have something to talk about. You have to have a point of view on it. All these things you don't realize until you're sitting and the red light's on, Why am I listening to you?
Yeah. It's like, wait, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to talk to Amy once a week? This seems like a lot. Yeah. But you stuck with it.
Yeah, we stuck with it. And we did that for a couple years before we started doing anything else. We had our Instagram and our Twitter page that we were just keeping on life support horrible about social media. It was such a job to post on social media, and it was so annoying. And then my wife told me about TikTok, and she was like, you and Evan need to get on there.
And it was a game changer.
I know. It was the wife again. And she was like, you need to get on TikTok. And I think I had it for like 2 weeks before we ever posted anything, because I was like, what is this app? For so long.
I'm going to tell you that if it doesn't work out with your wife, you are leaving a mountain of evidence behind that she built your business for you.
Okay. She edits.
I'm just going to give you that free lawyer advice, although I'm not an attorney myself.
I can't leave her. It's just too much is tied in there.
So you post, was it the Sports Center video that first really blew up?
No, not on TikTok.
No. We were just trying out a bunch of different things. The thing with like TikTok is you don't have to, but for the most part, you need a niche. And we were like, well, our niche will be parenting, but we didn't know how we wanted to approach that, whether we wanted to just like talk to camera and tell a story kind of like we do on the podcast, or if we wanted it to do in something else. And then we were doing a bunch of little sketches here and there, and then one called Pros to Being a Stay-at-Home Dad. And that one like didn't blow up like the Sports Center one, but it blew up that we were like, oh, hello. So then we kind of really invested more time and effort into writing these things. Evan and I have a career and a background in sketch comedy. So we'd been doing it a while, and that's how we actually became friends, was doing sketch comedy. So there was like, oh, we can do both now. And that's been fun.
It's funny because Amy and I both come from the sketch comedy world, and you guys take me back because I now live in New York.
Oh, cool.
But I had 3 kids under 4, and I raised them in Los Angeles. And listening to your podcast, I'm like, I can't believe they're going on the zoo train. This is not the zoo train, guys. Like it's like reliving my whole experience of living in LA with young children, and like being in the car and you're just about to make the zoo trip work, and then you hit traffic on the 101 and you're like, nope, I blew it. I blew it. I thought I had it, but I'm going to have a blowout on the 10 as it hits the 405.
100% going to happen every time.
Yeah. I feel like it's like that SNL skit, The Californians, but it's a very niche way of parenting that you have to factor in the like 101 to the 10 interchange in your zoo trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're completely prepared in any moment for the worst thing to happen.
Yes.
I mean, because it's probably going to happen. You know, we talk about not only having a diaper bag with us, you know, going around doing whatever we need to be doing with the kids, but there's like extra wipes in the glove compartment. I got backup diapers in the trunk because at some point I'm going to slip up. I don't want future me to be that mad at me now for not thinking of being prepared in some way.
The other thing I definitely remember about LA living, because for people who don't know LA or are not from LA, you think you spend time in a car. Like I live in suburban New York now. I'm in a car, but it's not the same. You're not locked in your car. Like you've committed to something. You've made a horrible mistake. You're not getting out of your car for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like suburban New Yorkers and people from different areas of the country don't understand the special hell that is like you've gotten everyone in from the zoo. Mm-hmm. And now it's like you've locked yourself in a tube with these people for the next 45 minutes. And the thing I remember is like it's nap time at the end of the zoo day. But then if they fall asleep in the car for 5 minutes, you're host. You're not getting your downtime this afternoon.
That doesn't make any sense.
No. If you fall asleep for 5 minutes while I'm in traffic on the 101 leaving the zoo, and so literally I would reach behind me and be poking toddlers and begging them to stay awake until we got back to where I lived.
It's so funny that you say that. I mean, both of us have literally done that. I mean, that's so spot on. You're turning around, like it's wiggling their leg, like, did you have fun at the zoo? As you're like trying to drive and wiggle at the same time.
Remember the bears? Remember the bears? And you're like, for some reason, poking a 2-year-old and screaming, do you remember the bears?
I've opened all the windows in the car before.
Yeah.
And
it's not guaranteed, though.
Well, now we're lucky we have phones. You just hand on the phone, like, hey, do whatever you want to my phone.
Yeah. As long as you stay awake until we get home.
Don't fall asleep. I've looked back before thinking, I've gone to the zoo and driven out of the zoo thinking like, okay, that was a long time at the zoo. Oh, probably need to keep her awake here, and turn around and we didn't even make it out of Zoo Drive and she's out. And I'm thinking like, oh.
Yeah. You're like, there goes my afternoon. No laundry's getting done today.
Yeah.
Nothing else is happening.
Every time you go home, you still put them down. It's just, you're hurting yourself. It's never going to work.
So your kids are very young still. How old are your kids?
Mine are 7 and 3.5.
5.5 and 2.5. 5.5
and 2.5. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it's so much better now. Like last year, you know, with COVID and everything, my daughter and son were home all day, every day. And now at least my daughter's in school.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids are now 13, 11, and 9.
Thoughts and prayers.
It's fine. We just recorded an episode about this, talking about how people want to tell people like, it only gets harder, bigger people, bigger problems. Total lies.
Okay.
I mean, bigger problems like your 2.5-year-old and your 5-year-old's problems are solvable because it's like, oh, I'll cut the sandwich. I'll make a new sandwich and cut it the right way. And your older kids' problems are less solvable. Like, why did your friends abandon you? I don't know the answer to that. So the problems do get bigger.
Take a shower.
Yes, maybe that's something. But the sheer relentlessness of having a 5 and a 2-year-old, I'm going to tell you, nothing ever is worse than that.
It's so funny because like that's what a large part of our content is clearly based off of, is the relentlessness of 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, and how it's just nonstop. We even like dip back into the well and do some infant newborn stuff because that's always like fun to relive. But it's the most annoying comments that actually are just like make me throw my hands up are ones where people go, okay, well, someday they're going to be grown up and you're going to miss those moments.
Yeah, we call that the grocery store crone. Like she comes out of the mist and she's like, just wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someday you'll miss. And you're like, listen, crone, leave me alone.
I know.
I don't know what hell I'm in, but there's got to be something better than this.
You know what? I need milk and I need eggs and I don't need your opinion. That's what I don't need, right? Yeah.
No, go back to the mist, crone. I want to talk much more about the kind of comments you guys get because there's got to be some rich stuff. And we'll be right back after this break.
For some of us, tax season is one of the only times that we look at our finances fully. And once it's over, well, that was terrible. And it is completely understandable not to want to think about it for another whole year. But using Monarch and being intentional with your finances in an ongoing way helps you see where your money is going and how you can put your refund to best use.
We are here to tell you, simplify your finances with Monarch. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop.
Feel aware and in control of your finances this tax season and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code FRESH.
As you know, my husband and I are preparing to send, 3 kids off to college, and I cannot tell you how helpful Monarch has been in showing us our full financial picture, helping us to track our spending and reach important savings milestones. Our weekly meeting, Amy, it's now run by Monarch.
Love it. Achieve your financial goals for good with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes money management simple.
Use code FRESH at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off at monarch.com, code FRESH. Amy, when I'm having a good hair day, it usually makes my whole day better. And that's why on every day, I'm taking Nutrafol.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested.
Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you get support that's actually right for you. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track.
Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code LAUGHING.
That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LAUGHING.
So you guys are dads talking about being dads, and I imagine, I know as a mom talking about being a mom, our listeners are very cool, but the wider audience sometimes gets a little bit like, enjoy every moment. You don't know. How could you insult a child? Mm-hmm. We hear this kind of feedback. How is it being dads, talking about being dads? And do you hear from people saying, you should really, and making helpful suggestions?
Yeah, I want to say, it's funny, we don't get it as much as maybe you'd think we would. I think like the space of like being in social media, talking about parenting, there is such a massive thing of like moms shaming other moms about their posts and what they're talking about. That does not happen that much. I will say that most of our audience is moms. It's like 75-25. It's probably moms, stay-at-home parents, moms. A lot of the dads we do get are like, you guys are hilarious. Once in a while, though, but I'll say, and I'll have Kevin kind of finish this, is that once in a while we post a video that gets a lot of people really fired up because it's being played pretty close to the line and it gets both sides really stirred up. And that was probably a video that Kevin posted, was probably one of the ones early on that went totally nuts in terms of views, and like thousands and thousands and thousands of comments of people going nuts in the comments. We're just kind of sitting back going, okay.
And what was the video, Kevin?
What's so funny about the video is like the press conference. First time Evan did that one by himself. He put a lot of time into it, editing, showed it to me. I had like a note or two, but like every time we do those, it's a massive amount of work. And most of our sketches, we try to write them and make the quality look as good as possible. This was one I was watching my niece's kids with my kids. Well, not my niece's kids. I was watching my sister-in-law's kids. And they were just in the backyard running around playing. And I just thought of a joke. And I just recorded it with my phone, just holding the phone, sent it to my wife. And I said, is this funny?
I'm going to just say, you're mentioning the wife again. Your alimony is just tripling every time we mention her.
Tonight, she's going to be sleeping on maybe using her hand to sign a prenup retroactively. I sent it to her and she said, yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Like we were both just kind of like, yeah, it's fine. And posted it. It's our highest viewed video on TikTok and Instagram. It didn't get the fanfare that like the press conferences have, but it was just a video where I just talked about my daughter being mean to me. And just like, I'm like kind of crying about it. Apparently, it was very believable because the comment section was flooded with people like, she doesn't respect you. You're a weak father.
If you haven't seen it, the joke of the video, it's like a guy talking about a girl he likes, kind of like, it's like, yeah, she cut me deep. Shrek is kind of the joke, right? Like, it's like, he's emotionally like, this child has wounded me with her words.
Right. I forget what it is. It was just like, she keeps saying mean things. And I'm like, well, and I'm trying to do the gentle parenting approach of just like, well, that hurts my feelings. She's like, well, that makes me happy now. And I'm like, but yeah, people have come into that comment section being like aggressive with me about how weak of a father I am. Now, none of this is true. I just thought of it off the top of my head, obviously. And then like, I did another one because I was like, why not? This is fun. Let's see if it stirs the pot a second time. 5 million views. And somebody in that thread, people started blaming my wife, who wasn't even mentioned in the video.
This tracks for me that people would blame your wife for your...
Yeah, they were like, clearly she's getting it from somewhere and it's not you, yeah. It's your wife. I was like, wow, Sherlock.
Having started with Kevin, writing sketch comedy, performing live sketch comedy, we were like, we're seasoned in this of like writing a bit, like I'm going to play it really tight, really close here, which that his acting in that is perfect. It's like just right on the right side of the line that people think like, oh, this guy is like melting down. But we figured you just got to look at all of our videos to realize we're joking or it's like a sketch, you know.
Let me just tell you, you give internet commenters way too much credit. You've just got to look at a little bit of context. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not going to have it.
So what's funny is that sometimes how it's like how many people probably watched it and it just goes over their head. Like what he was trying to do there was like make a different joke, sort of, you know, not, and just engagement city in the comment section is just going totally wild.
One of the last ones I made that I thought was going to be the last one that I was like, this is it. Like for those who don't get it, now they'll get it that this is a joke. And in it, I said that she slapped me in the face with a white glove, which means that we have to duel. And the comment section still had people that were like, you should hit her. It was like insane. I was like, no, not a real duel. This is a joke.
Well, also what happens on social media is that you're operating within a certain lane and context, right? Amy my co-host had an experience where she wrote a piece that was like, it was about not being ready to have a girl. And then they slapped a headline on it that was like, I regret having a girl. And then the next thing you know, it's viral. And she's like, no, I just was trying to maybe say I wasn't quite ready for a girl after 2 boys. But when you leave kind of the safe space of like, we're all in on the same joke, then you're in a completely different world.
Completely different world, yeah.
I regret having a girl. That's such a weird phrase. Like you ordered a Tesla.
Yeah, it didn't come out the way I wanted. I wanted gray. I got blue. Not right.
We came in like, we are prepared for, I guess, for this a little bit, that people are going to say whatever they're going to say. I mean, we understand that we're writing stuff and performing it, rehearsing it and putting it out there. Some people are going to like it. Some people aren't going to like it. Some of them are going to do better than others. But when people choose to say something really mean, that's what we have been prepared for. Is like sometimes it's like so just choicefully mean in a way that's like, that doesn't even, it's like we just laugh. I mean, the ones that they think they're trying to be so mean, that of someone that we've never even met before, that just is trying to be so cutting. We just think like, we'll like take a screenshot and circle it and send it to each other. Like, look what this person said. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people I think are not prepared for that, especially people on TikTok. There's a different way of doing it. This is my life. This is who I am as a person. Let's all engage. And then people are really mean and they're like, whoa, why would you say that about me? You know? So it depends on your approach to putting stuff out there. But we always think it's hilarious. If as someone that I value your opinion in no way, I don't know who you are. You just try to say something as mean as possible. Like, congratulations.
Right. You're like, okay, booty call 8636. I've taken your note. Taking it to heart.
There is something weird, and I think it's ingrained, unfortunately, in everyone, of the idea of the dumb dad, whether it's subconscious or not. And I think that's why we don't get blasted too hard for our parenting. And I think it's because there is that extreme of, well, they're men, lost cause, hopeless case, or kids are alive.
Kids are alive. They must be doing something right.
Or like, he's at the zoo with the kids. Like, this is the best dad ever. Like, don't worry about the laundry or anything else. He just needs to do that one thing. And he's a hero. So I think a lot of that we get a lot, because we do see moms are constantly attacked. We're friends with a lot of moms on social media, and they just get viciously attacked for one little thing, one little joke. And us, unfortunately, it's not fair, but we definitely get away with it.
And how does that dovetail with your real lives? I mean, you guys are actually stay-at-home dads to your kids. I mean, this is not just something you've invented for the social media world. You actually have children who you're parenting, right?
Yes.
And so
we get asked that constantly.
Right. Did you rent these children from some sort of Hollywood rental agency?
Well, because we don't ever show our kids.
That's right. I noticed that.
So once in a while, like, do you guys really have kids? Like, this would be a lot of research.
It'd be a weird flex, honestly, to take this on with no kids.
I was on somebody's live late one night, like one of our mutual friends, and he started talking to me, and I just started saying we don't have kids. And he was like, you got to stop saying that. And I was like, we don't have kids. We made it all up. This is how
rumors get started.
And he was like, you've got to seriously stop commenting.
Oh my God. That would be amazing if we could break that on one of the What Fresh Hell podcasts. The dumb dads actually do not have children. All just a facade.
They're bored bachelors.
But is this, I mean, it must be coming from your actual experiences. So how did you become stay-at-home dads, I guess? Because that's still, I guess, in 2022. We've heard of it now. We get it. But it's still maybe not everyone's norm.
Well, we're both actors by choice. Yeah, we were both stay-at-home dads. Our wives had great jobs, and we moved here to be in the entertainment industry and give it a shot. And so, as you know, having lived here, you aren't allowed to make money.
Yes.
You have to be available at all times to go anywhere we say you need to be.
Yeah.
And Kevin bartended for a long time.
Yeah. I bartended for like over 10 years, but I was bartending nights. And like my wife and I had like the conversation before kids. It was just like, I'm only working nights now. I think we probably could start having kids and I'll just be the stay-at-home dad. And then when the pandemic hit, my bar closed down for good, and it was just full-time stay-at-home. Yeah.
And that was that.
And then we signed up for TikTok.
And then you were like, hey, how about TikTok?
Yeah. I think he texted me, hey, I got a TikTok account. And I was like, the dancing app? What are we going to do on there? He's like, I think we're going to make sketches. I was like, let's do it.
Okay. And it worked. But let's go back to a day before you realized you were going to be on Ellen and have a successful TikTok career. What was it like to sort of commit to this identity as stay-at-home dad? Because it's kind of, even though we get it and we're evolved in all these ways, there's still something loaded, I think, about that identity.
Yeah, for sure. I remember, it's been so different now, but when I had my first, I was in such a rhythm that was bizarre, and of going to the Y because they had classes on Thursdays, and going to my gym, which is like a kid's kind of play area, and then going to story time on Fridays, going in that thing and just having that life and that, schedule and that routine. It was definitely strange. It was a weird life for a while, and it would sometimes feel stuck, for sure, of just being stuck in this routine over and over and over again, and occasionally getting an audition. as Evan said, here and there. It was nice. And then right before the pandemic, we had our second. So going from 1 to 2 is a dumpster fire.
You're not wrong.
No.
Going from 1 to 2 at the beginning of a pandemic was a poor choice. I hate to judge you, but that was a poor choice.
She said, I'm pregnant. And I was like, are you sure there's a pandemic like in about 10 months?
This is not a good idea.
Yeah, there's going to be like a scary pandemic just on the horizon.
Yeah. Bad choices. Don't like to judge.
But actually, doing the Dumb Dads on TikTok and Instagram has been a really fun escape in a way from parenting, because it's a chance for us to write and perform and do all that stuff. But yeah, before that, there was definitely days where it was just like monotonous, and just one thing I vividly remember with my first was she was taking 2 naps when she was really young, and she'd take a nap and I'd either like watch a show or play a video game or something. And I go, you're just going to play or watch a show for like 20 minutes. And then you got to clean, you got to do the laundry. And then the next thing you'd hear is the crying, and it's over. And you just feel like a failure. Yep.
And I think for moms, certainly the experience of a lot of moms, work until they have kids, and then they're like staying home. Are they ever going back to work? And I think that experience of feeling less than and feeling stuck and feeling like, wait, have I opened a door into a room that is not exitable, where I am just the person who cleans and takes care of kids and does laundry and somehow like is watching Dr. Phil? Who am I? That door feels very heavy for people and I would think possibly with like the societal ideas and whatever else, that for dads, that has a similar heaviness in terms of like, is this what I'm really doing? I'm doing bottles and laundry, and this is what I grew up to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that a little bit. I think I was also, as Kevin said, never have I understood more like moms groups and like little things to go do. And because if you're just only doing that, it is a big, heavy door to feel like I can never go outside that door and be the person I either used to be, or you get that feeling sometimes. But at the same time, I truly was like in love with being with my son was born first. Being with my son, we would go, like Kevin said, before the pandemic, we'd go to the zoo and just walk around. It was just because I was home, and my wife has worked from home for a long time. So, I mean, she's working, but she's there a little bit to, if I needed to find an excuse for an hour and a half to go do an audition or something, we could kind of make that work. But other than that, you would kind of feel some days, just feel like, man, I feel like I haven't gone somewhere and done something in a little bit, or seen my friends in a minute or something. And then it's weird to say now because the pandemic just kind of washed all that away. And then it was like literally didn't go anywhere and see anybody. And it was just the 4 of us here all the time, never going anywhere. I mean, that's when it really felt like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
But having a friend like Kevin, that we are going through the same thing at the same time, starting the podcast just to even take a break to just talk about what was this week like? Well, here's how I screwed up. Or here's what we're just going through right now, was in a way a release. And then, starting our TikTok account and posting sketches online about our experiences, and then just sort of writing a small thing on a small experience and just blowing it up into a sketch is another release, another way for us to just talk about like what it's like, what we're going through, So it's both.
I was probably in denial as well for a while, because even though I did not want to be a career bartender at all, I think I had that escape at night.
Yeah.
I worked so late that I was actually like able to my wife would come home from work. I'd have dinner with her and the kids, and then I'd help her put the kids to bed. And then I would go, I worked that late that it was almost like my kids didn't know I had a job. But I at least had that escape, which I think kept me in some denial sometimes of which was also it was a good escape. It was something to go do, which was nice to do sometimes. But then the next mornings were the worst.
I think there's a takeaway for that for everyone. I want to talk about it after this break.
My favorite skincare products actually feel more like self-care, like they're so nice to put on and they smell so good that I'm actually happy when I get to that part of my day. And I swear that is how I feel about Osea's anti-aging body balm.
Amy, you are usually the lotions and potions queen on this podcast, but I have to say, hard agree.
Osea's anti-aging body balm is a liquid silk body balm that combines the lasting hydration of a lotion with the firming power of a serum, leaving skin smoother and firmer.
This body balm is clinically tested and designed to deliver visible results you can see and feel.
So we've gotten to use this product for a couple of months now, and I swear I have really noticed firmer and smoother skin, like on the back of my hands. It's like getting a mini spa treatment from head to toe.
Get a spring-worthy glow with clean, clinically tested skincare from Osea. And right now, we have a special discount just for our listeners.
Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code FRESH at OseaMalibu.com.
That's 10% off your first order with code FRESH at OSEAMalibu.com.
All my kids learned to swim when they were little. It was super important to me that they be confident and safe in the water. There was only one problem with that: taking them to swim lessons. I mean, the pools were freezing. There were always cranky adults doing laps right there. And it was definitely not, for any of us, what you would call fun.
Amy, heard. But now there's Goldfish Swim School. Goldfish takes a really thoughtful approach to swim lessons, combining research-based teaching with a warm, kid-friendly environment that actually helps kids thrive in the water.
Every detail at Goldfish is thoughtfully designed to create a golden experience, from shiver-free, warm indoor pools to comfy waiting areas for parents to professionally trained lifeguards on deck.
Goldfish uses an approach called the science of swim play, which combines guided play with proven teaching techniques to help kids learn to swim, build water safety skills, and gain confidence, all at their own pace. Lessons are designed to meet kids exactly where they're at.
If you've been thinking about swim lessons or just wondering where to start, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Goldfish Swim School is offering a waived membership plus your child's first lesson free at participating locations.
Just visit goldfishswimschool.com/free to find a location near you and enroll using promo code FREE.
That's goldfishswimschool.com/free, promo code FREE.
Okay, we're back with the Dumb Dads. And I think one of the things I love about your story, which I know we talk to a lot of moms who are in that heavy door kind of stuck room. And I think what's so cool, I mean, I come from a similar background. I was a writer in Hollywood. I wrote for TV and movies, and Amy was a sitcom actress. And we both had these careers, and then we kind of stopped those careers to have kids. And I remember feeling like I was in this ice cave in the wilderness, like my agent wouldn't return my calls, and like what happened to my real life. And I'm just like on the ice floe by myself. And I think for a lot of moms who feel they're kind of washed up on the shores of motherhood, you know, they chose to have kids. They wanted kids. They wanted their marriage. But there's something very magical about your story where you found this new destiny. It's like your kind of aspirations came true in a way that you never imagined. I think that's something that's really cool about your story.
Yes, we've been fortunate. And it's funny because the podcast was, as I was saying earlier, with us not ever advertising on social or anything, it was just a way for us to just kind of just comedically vent about parenting and not really care much about it. And it has been nice to find something, and definitely would encourage people to find something, whatever that is definitely something helpful, something for yourself. It's funny that the thing for ourselves is parenting content.
But it's kind of cool that you were knocking on this one door, right? Which is like, you have an agent and you're an actor, and go out, and Soft and Dry will help you stay dry when you're nervous inside, which is an oldie Lux alert. But like, that's the commercial I was always going up for, you know, and that you found a different door that you never expected through the way that you guys came together on this podcast and social media stuff.
Yeah. What's funny is that we tried a web series at one point together. We wrote together after doing a sketch. And so we've kind of done a lot of little things. You know, you always got to be staying busy. I mean, that's the thing here. You know, if you live in the city, you got to be staying busy. You got to be doing something. If somebody asks you, what are you doing? You got to have an answer for it. So you learn all these little things along the way. I used to work for Apple for a while. I learned how to use computers pretty well, learned how to edit, learn how to all these little things. And then technology gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And now you can carry around a way to film content and make it look and sound really good in a backpack.
Yeah. And
so what we didn't probably realize is we're picking up all these little things. We learn how to do, light something, make something sound good, make something look good, how to write something, what jokes, how to write jokes, and all that stuff finds its way into a neat little package about making parenting sketches, which we never would have expected that.
And the takeaway isn't necessarily for our listeners, you got to start making TikTok videos. And, it's that when you stay involved in whatever way you can with something that you're passionate about while you're home with your kids, you'll be surprised by how that maybe leads you into a new path that you weren't expecting. Not that you have to start filming yourself for TikTok.
Correct.
Not everybody.
Correct.
If you want to, we're here for it. But that's not what we mean for everybody.
Already is. I don't know how many trillions of users there are on TikTok. Yeah.
Everyone's dancing in their kitchen.
I know. Yeah.
And I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok 2 hours a day. Nothing wrong. I thought for our third segment, we would do a speed round.
Okay.
And I'm just going to ask you questions and I want you to answer them. Give me your worst outing with your kids.
Probably worst outing. I mean, I don't know if this counts, but we went to vote in an election. It was a primary and it was our first, and my wife went in first to vote and I waited with my daughter who had a massive blowout that was so daunting that when she came back, I went in and voted for the wrong person because I was so shook up.
Wow. Highly unfortunate.
Yeah.
Highly unfortunate.
It was not great.
Evan, give me worst hour of the day. What is the worst hour of the day? You can choose any hour of the day. I want to know what is the worst hour of the day.
The worst hour of the day is probably, here's the thing. It's not the same hour every day, but the hour occurs every day. It's the hour between feeling like I'm done doing stay-at-home dad stuff right now, and then soon my wife will be off and I can just flip a switch and go do something for a little bit, or go film really quick, or go in the next room and write or do something. But that hour is like, I don't know when that hour is going to be, but when it gets close and I feel like within the hour I'll be out of here and I can go do something or just take a break from the day, that's a tough hour for me.
You're chewing your leg out of the bear trap. You're like snapping through the bone.
And sometimes I don't even need that long. Sometimes I need to go take a shower for 20 minutes and I'll come back a different person. But that is kind of the anticipation of like, I need a little bit of a break right now, which is, and I always feel really guilty about that because my wife's been at work all day. I mean, my wife gets up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and works, she's in conference calls all day long. And so it always feels really unfair to be like, can you just stop doing that and watch the kids so I can take a break?
My husband would always say when he came home and I was standing on the porch with the kids, he was like, this is not good. This is not going to be an easy handoff. It's not going to be good. All right. I want to know your clutch move. No one else knows it. You've got it. This is the clutch kid move.
Oh, man.
Take your time. Think about it. What do we got?
Take those Go-Gurts and put them in the freezer.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the kids call them cold yogurt.
Frozen Go-Gurts is a good clutch move. Very good clutch move.
Keeps their mouth going.
They do that with dogs. It's like the dog thing that you throw to a dog that has peanut butter inside, but it's hard to get at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. We have found again and again on the podcast that anything that works really well for dogs is a solid parenting tip.
Frozen Go-Gurt, yeah.
Give me your moment you never saw coming as a parent. Good or bad, positive or negative?
Yeah, well, the moment I never saw it coming was my parenting lightning moment when we were on a little road trip with our kids. No, I didn't even have kids. I had one kid, I had a son. He was still in the car seat. I don't remember how old he is, like 9 months, something like that. He's in the back of the car seat. We're on a road trip. We're going home. I was sitting in the back with him. He started making these weird noises, and I'm like, what is he doing? We were stopping for food, so we're in a drive-thru, and there's cars behind us. So we're in the drive-thru. We can't go anywhere. We've committed.
You've committed. You're on the 101 at rush hour. You're in the tube.
It's at and it was in the summer. It was at like 100 degrees outside. So we're in the drive-thru. My son starts throwing up.
Oh.
So I instinctively, I'm like, I stick my hands under his mouth. I don't know what I'm going to do after this, but this is the move I'm doing now.
Bailing out a boat with a bucket.
I want everyone who is listening to this podcast right now to pause the podcast, go out to your car and put a plastic bag in it, and then come back and listen to the rest of the podcast. You will never regret having an extra plastic bag in your car.
That's a clutch move.
He's filling up my hand bowl when he fills his pants.
Yes.
And we're just sitting there in the drive-thru waiting for our burgers. I don't know what to do. I'm just holding it, until we get our food.
You're like, excuse me, Burger King man, I have a bit of a situation.
Yeah. So we swing around, food goes in the front seat. So we quite literally pour out the car seat, throw his outfit away. Just we're not trying to save, that's in the garbage.
Huge division, 2 types of people who save the outfit and people who cut it off. I'm a cut it off person.
Maybe if it's something kind of special. It was a onesie. It's a onesie.
No, there's nothing that special.
No. I don't know. I can't say. If your mom knit you a sweater or something, I don't know.
Sorry, Mom.
We need 2.0 because it got barf on it. Yeah. So that was the moment that was like, you can't prepare for stuff. it's just so ingrained in me. Like that feeling in that moment, thinking like, wow, this must be what parenting is, because we were like less than 10 minutes ago, we were cruising down the road having a good old time. Now it's like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. This is horrible.
If someone told you as like a 25-year-old, this would happen to you, you would have thought about taking a cyanide pill. But like, as a parent of 3, I'm like, oh yeah, that happened to us at the zoo, once on a plane, twice in the car. Yeah, you're just like, oh yeah, that happens. Been there. I know you guys are not big on advice. That's not your thing. But if you could pass along one piece of advice from all you've learned, you're dumb dads. But if you had one thing to impart that you've learned, that you've gleaned from talking to each other, parenting your kids, what would it be?
So as soon as you're asked to give advice, like, well, I don't know, you're going to put my name next to
I'm
this.
just scared my kids are going to come busting in going, are you giving advice? Okay.
Don't get cocky. We do use that one a lot. Do not get cocky. As soon as you get cocky, you're going to get burnt for it. Trust me. It happens all the time. We talk about it all the time.
As soon as you think like, I've got it figured out.
Got it figured out. I've been doing well. Haven't made a mistake in a while. I have tomorrow planned out. That's going to blow up in your face worse than you even imagine.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what the sports, it captures it so well. It's like as if football is an understandable game.
Yeah.
Like you're asking the coach, like, what went wrong there? It's like, well, what went wrong is he didn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
And what went wrong is that the kid was vomiting and pooping their pants in the drive-thru. Like that's what went wrong.
Yeah.
But you have to go through the ritual of like, what happened there? I thought you were going to win the game, but you lost the game instead. That's why the Sports Center press conference is so perfectly on point.
We feel it too. I mean, because it's something that the coach doesn't want to sit there.
He doesn't want to be there.
Well, he has to be there. Contractually has to be there.
Deja vu is your enemy, is what it is. It's just any time that you go, oh, I know what this is, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
Yeah. You're like, I think I've cracked the code on the post-zoo nap. Nope, they're going to fall asleep.
Poke.
Poking them in the leg on the 101.
And then you're not looking.
Again, that's not parenting advice. That's just something that happened in my real existence.
Yeah.
Guys, tell us, for people who don't know you, although I'm sure most of our followers are following you already, where they can find you in the world, on the internet, everywhere.
We are at Dumb Dad Pod across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We're the Dumb Dads on YouTube. Our podcast is the Dumb Dad Podcast.
Friends, check out Evan and Kevin on TikTok. You will love them if you haven't seen them already. They are so funny. Thanks, guys, so much for talking to me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Stitch Fix. Shopping is hard. Let's talk about it.
I don't have time to shop for clothes.
I have to buy everything in 3 sizes to find one that fits. They know me at the post office.
Workout wear is my only wear.
Stitch Fix makes shopping easy. Just show your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. No subscription required, plus free shipping and returns.
Oh, wow. That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Take your style quiz today at stitchfix.com.